Good morning, Canada. This is Alex Monahan here, Foundations Party. Today's date is April 10th, 2017. And I'm just going to continue reading the Immigration and Refugee Protections Act as I had started to do. I believe we had just finished off at the end of paragraph 10.2b. So I'm going to start just underneath that, where it says limitations, subparagraph 2. A determination under paragraph 1b may be made only if the number of innovations that have been issued is less than the number provided for in an instruction given under paragraph 10.3 subparagraph 1j. Electronic systems, subparagraph 3. The minister is to use an electronic system to carry out any applications, instructions given under subsection 10.3 subparagraph 1 and to make a determination under paragraphs 1a or b. Compliance with instructions, subparagraph 4. An expression of interest must be proceeded in compliance with any application instructions. Cancellation of invitation, subparagraph 5. The minister may cancel an invitation to make an application if the invitation was issued in error. Let's change the page. Instructions. Paragraph 10.3, subparagraph 1. The minister may give instructions governing any matter related to the application of this division, including instructions respecting a. the classes in respects to which subsection 10.1 subparagraph 1 applies. B. The electronic system referred to in subsection 10.1 subparagraph 3 and 10.2 subparagraph 3. C. The submission and processing of an expression of interest, including by means of electronic system. D. The circumstance in which an expression of interest may be submitted by means other than electronic systems, and respecting those other means. E. The criteria that a foreign nation must meet to be eligible to be invited to make an application. F. The period under which a foreign nation remains eligible to be invited to make an application. G. The personal information that the minister may disclose under section 10.4 and the entities of which the information may be disclosed. H. The basis on which any eligible foreign nation may be ranked relative to other eligible foreign nations. I. The rank of eligible foreign nations must occupy to be invited to make an application. J. The number of individuals that may be issued within a sufficient period, including in respects of a class referred to in an instruction given under paragraph A. K, the period within which an application must be made. Where was I? Must be made once an individual has been issued. Invitation has been issued. I, the means by which the foreign nation is to be advised of any matters relating to their expression of interest, including an investigation to make an application. Why do I keep getting this wrong? Invitation to make an application. And M, any matter of which recommendation to the minister or to a decision may or must be made by a designated person, instructions, or organization with respects to a foreign nation. Classification, subparagraph 2. For greater certainty and individual, I don't know why I keep going cross-eyed on those, instruction given under paragraph 1J may provide that the number of invitations that must be issued in a specific period in respects of a class B0, applications of instruction, subparagraph 3, an instruction given under any paragraph 1A, B, and F to I applies in respects of any expression of interest that is, where was I here? Interest that is submitted before the day of which the instruction takes effect, unless the instruction provides otherwise. Publication, subparagraph 4. Instructions given under subsection 1 must be published on the Department of Citizenship and Immigration's internet site. Instructions given under any of the paragraphs 1A, D to G, K, and I must also be published in the Canadian Gazette. Criteria provided for under other divisions. Subparagraph 5. For greater certainty, an instruction given under subsection 1 may provide for criteria that are more stringent than the criteria or requirements provided for or under any other division of this Act regarding applications for permanent residency. Disclosure of information, paragraph 10.4. For purposes of facilitating the selection of a foreign nation as a member of the economic class or as a temporary resident, the minister may disclose personal information provided to him or her by the foreign nation under section 10.1 and referred to in an instruction given under paragraph 10.3, subparagraph 1G, to an entity that is referred to in an instruction given under that paragraph. Division 1. Requirements and selections. Requirements. Applications before entering Canada. Paragraph 11, subsection 1. A foreign nation must, before entering Canada, apply to an office for a visa or for any other documents required by the regulations. The visa or documents may be issued if, following an examination, the officer is satisfied that the foreign nation is not, inadmissible and meets the requirements of this act. Electronic travel authorization. 1.01. Despite subsection 1, a foreign nation must, before entering Canada, apply for an electronic travel authorization required by the regulations by means of an electronic system, unless the regulations provided that the application may be made by other means. The application may be examined by the system or by any officer, and if the system or officer determines that the foreign nation is not inadmissible and meets the requirements of this act, the authorization may be issued by the system or officer. Restrictions. 1.1. A designated foreign nation may not make an application for permanent residency under Section 1A if they have made a claim for foreign protection but have not made an application for protection until 5 years after the day of which a final determination in respect of a claim is made. B. If they have made an application for protection until 5 years after the day on which a final determination in respects of an application is made, or C, in any other case, until 5 years after the day of which they become a designated foreign nation. Okay, so I think I'm going to cut this part of the video short here for the time being, because I'm posting all my videos on Minds first and then YouTube, but I'm only putting half of them on YouTube because I'm monetizing the other half on Minds, because this is rather time consuming. And I hope you enjoy this. So thank you for listening, and I will hopefully shortly, sometime today, put up the other half of this video. And don't forget to stay frosty.